Right now, I'm sitting in Shawarma House in Riyadh, which is very near to Riyadh International Convention Center and also the Royal Air Force Museum. So, whenever you are visiting Riyadh Convention Center or Air Force Museum, so this is the must uh, place to come. So, don't forget to come here with your laptop, sit and work and eat. So the rates are very reasonable, and you will find a very good place to work. So as you know that the next year Riyadh is going to launch their own airline, which is Riyadh Air. So this is to be launched in next year, 2025, and they have launched the website as well, which is actually a very good website. But I wanted to discuss the issues the website is having. So I have made a list of the things that can be fixed, and we can also learn from these things that when we are building websites, so what things we need to take care when building a website, and that actually matters. So let's start with the first one. So, and I have seen this problem in a number of websites. So the heading structure, which is very important for the SEO perspective, as well as for website accessibility. You know that many people visit websites through screen readers. So screen readers actually move with the heading structure. So that's why the heading structure is very important for the SEO and for website accessibility. So if I just visit the site, and you can install this extension in your browser as well. So this is called Headings Map. I can click on it, and I can see that the H4 is the first heading on the page, which is this one, right? And this is heading one, two, two, yeah. So this is heading three, and these are all the topics that comes inside this heading, this specific, which says that reaching new heights. So this shouldn't be H2. This should be H3. This one H3, H3, H3. Yeah. So if you visit different pages of this website, install this extension, and you can find the heading structure problems on this website. Not only this website, but just visit a very random website and try to figure out that how the heading structure is for that website. So yeah, I think this screenshot is taken for another page, and yeah. So let's move on to the second one, which is about the sitemap. So as you can see that this website is in two languages, English and Arabic. So whenever you have a multilingual website, so you have to consider that the sitemap should be the correct one, which is like, so yeah. So the current sitemap is this one, right? So it is generating uh, a different URL for for each language. So our story page. So that's an example of our story page, which is in two languages. So the current sitemap, which is not the correct one, is having a different URL for each language. The correct way is that it should be one page, one URL tag, and inside that tag we can have one URL, and we can say that with the specific tags that this page is in two languages. So I have just put some comments there as well. So let's read what it says. So this helps avoid duplicate content issues. Yeah, and ensures that search engines cannot serve the and ensures that search engines can serve the correct version to user based on their language preferences. Yeah, so this is actually the good way of presenting the sitemap when you have a multilingual site. So let me tell you a very good thing. So this is another website normally, and this website is also in multi languages. And this website is made in Webflow. So this sitemap is generated by Webflow, right? And so the Webflow has generated it the correct way. So this is the correct way to create a sitemap. So this is the second thing that everyone should take care while when they are building the website, which is in multi languages. So the other thing is, uh, so the third point is about the fonts. So I can see that the Riyadh there is um, is using the Poppin font through API. So Poppin is actually a Google font, and it is using the Google font through APIs, which is not the best practice. So you should, if in case if you're using the Google fonts, download those fonts, optimize them, to upload them to use on the website. So using via APIs will affect the performance. Yeah, that's correct. So let's move on to the next step, which is about the alignment. So these are, I think, some design issues. So this is about the alignment, and this should not happen on a website which is going to be the future uh, big airlines in the region. So if I am visiting a different page, and if I am just looking at this page on different screens, so I can see that there were some issues with the navigation. So it means that let's consider this example. If we are building in Webflow, so this navigation should be a component. So if it's a component, so you can use that component on multiple pages. So this should not happen if this website was built in Webflow. So yeah, because it's not a component, so they are managing navigation. It seems like they're managing navigation on individually on each page. So maybe that's why this problem is occurring. That they have alignment issues on different pages. So this is, I have mentioned that this I have found this issue on our story page and media hub page. Yeah. So and this is another which is about the social icons. So whenever you are using icons on the website, the best approach is use the SVG code, because I can see that these social icons are very common, and you can easily get the SVG code from the website. So there is a very interesting website that I always use, Remix Icon, and on this website, if I write Facebook, so I can find different Facebook icons. I can click on it and I can get the SVG code. So the interesting part for the SVG code is it says, so the fill says that current color, which means that if you are using this icons in Webflow, so if you change the font color for that embed code, so it will change the color of the icon. So that's the most interesting part of these SVG icons. So you can add the hover interactions. On hover interactions, you can change the color, or yeah, you can change the color of that icon as well on hover. So that's why, and it's and you can see that these are very pixelated, so you will get the best quality, and um, you can change the colors on hover, and you can also do other things as well with SVG code when you are using SVG codes. Okay, so the next one is like it's about the color contrast, which is like, so I found that there should be an overlay on this video so that the text should always be readable. So now I can see that the text is not always readable, which is not a good practice. So this is another issue that I found. And the section IDs, yeah, so you will see that on the website. If I Let's go to the carriers and discover, yeah, let's if we click on discover Riyadh there, so it scrolls me down to this specific section, and this specific section has an ID which says that content section ID. So it should be a very personalized name which represents the section. So whenever you are assigning the IDs, you are assigning the classes. So this is the important thing to consider, that the IDs and the classes should relate with the section or with the page or something wherever you are using it, which is a good practice, which will show that how you was into the website when you were building it. Um, sticky scroll section. So there was some issues with the city's sticky scroll sections, and the most important one is, like, if I just make it zoom out, as I am looking in on a very big screen, so I can see a lot of issues there. I can see that the width is not fixed. I mean, the maximum width is not fixed, so the content is still from end to end on big screens as well. So it should be in the middle, so that everything aligns with the container, and it should be according to it stays within the limit. So maybe yeah. So this is one of the most important thing that they need to consider, because on big screens this looks very bad. So yeah, so the next one is the image size. So I can see that, so this should be different images put into a grid. That was the first, that was a good, that this is a good practice to follow when we need to build a grid system for the gallery. But even if you're using the same image, so still I can see that the file size is 2.1 MBs, which is not good. So this should be optimized. And also I can see this padding between the sections, the upper and the bottom paddings of the section. So this is not consistent. I can see that this padding is different from this padding. So yeah, so I can find some padding issues with the sections as well. So this is, yeah. So this point is about that whenever, so the good practice is that whenever you are integrating some tools with your website. So let's say that you want to add some tracking scripts, Google Analytics or Microsoft Clarity or some other. So try to integrate it via Google Tag Manager. Try to avoid directly putting the scripts onto the website header. So try to do it via Google Tag Manager. Yeah. So they are using Tag Manager account, but didn't put this TikTok analytics script into the tag manager. They put it separately. So that's why I highlighted this specific script. And the background color. So, okay, so I highlighted this point for a reason that the style is actually the inline style for this specific div block, right? So it should be a separate class. For example, if we work in Webflow, so what we do is we add a separate combo class if we want to add a background color for a section or for a class. So in that way, we can remove the background, we can change the background. and it's very easy to adjust it for that specific class or for that specific section. So in this way, it is it is not very effective for using the styles as an inline um, style. So I think this also should be fixed. And this is about the pagination. If you go to the articles section, so let's go to the, yeah, let's go to Media Hub. Yeah, articles, Media Hub. So I can see that all the blog items loads immediately when I loads the page. So because now somehow, because I have already loaded these items for the first time, so that's why it is these are loading immediately. But when you have a very slow connection or when you load it for the first time, so it will take a lot of time. So the best practice is that use pagination. Just load first 8 items or first 9 items. We can say that first 8 or 12. So for the others, you can just add a button there, load more, or you can ask the user to switch the page so that you can show the other items to that user. So in this case, the performance will be good, and it will use the it will load the page on low bandwidth as well. So open graph images. So for this one, I can see that they do not have a specific open graph image. They just use the Riyadh logo as an open graph image, which is okay, but you should have a customized open graph image so that whenever the page is shared on social media platforms, so that image should pop up for that specific page. There are some scroll interactions on mobile, and yeah, on the form, I highlighted this point because this should not be a required field, because if I don't want to receive the marketing communication from Riyadh Air, so it should be okay for them, but this is not okay for them. I need to check this mark in order to subscribe for this for their newsletter, right? So these were the few points, and I think these are all the points that we all should need to take care while building a website. And in any case you need my consultation, I would be happy to help you. So see you in the next video. Thank you so much.